Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Cross, and I'm here with Dixie Andelin Forsyth for a feminine moment. Thank you for watching. We have been looking at a lot of the comments and noticing a lot of the problems being talked about this week are having to do with infidelity and how to handle that, whether if it's a boyfriend, your fiance, or your husband. So Dixie and I were just talking. She was giving me great advice, and I thought, oh, we need to record it. So what's
Oh,
your advice?
well, it's really tricky. It can get very complicated, and we here at Passing Womanhood don't know enough about your individual problem. There's so many factors that could be, but sometimes I've seen over the years women. I had a success story. I don't know whether we've posted it or not. That says I won my husband back from a prostitute or something.
Mhm.
I think my mother put harlot,
Yeah, I
which,
know
which
that
is a
story.
which is a word that people used to use that they don't use so much anymore.
No.
And I don't know whether that means a prostitute or just a very loose woman. Probably just a very loose woman. And he was so hooked into this woman that he was kind of almost addicted to her. When she started practicing these principles of fasting womanhood, he was clearly torn. This was her husband, and when
Hmm.
he decided to leave this other woman, he literally shook. It was so hard for him not to call her. He was literally shaking. And she stood by him, and I thought, wow, because not all women can hang in there if that has happened to them.
Right.
I've known women who've said the first time they found out their husband cheated on them, they just couldn't do it anymore, and they ended it. And others can hang in there. They are able to kind of get past that if he is willing to change. But some women, even if he wants to change and promises he'll never do that again, they just can't get past the infidelity thing, and they end the marriage. So it's really a very personal decision. But part
Okay.
of what everyone needs to understand is part of fascinating womanhood is not just understanding men, accepting him, and all those things. Those are very important. But at some point, you have a responsibility and are encouraged to
Hmm.
set boundaries, self-esteem boundaries. Not allowing yourself to just be trampled on is also part of fascinating womanhood. Having some dignity so that you can maintain some level of self-esteem, because
Hmm.
some women, some girls, they kind of act like at the end, like this, they feel like they're worthless because
So
they've
true.
hung around with a guy that just puts them down and puts them down. And unfortunately, there's some not so nice guys out there. There's a lot of really good men, but there's
Yep.
some sort of emotionally dangerous people, and you have to, I would suggest, pray about it and practice these principles, because they're good no matter whether you stay with him or not.
Yes, that's true.
You help you feel better as a woman,
Hmm.
and be sure that he is cheating on you. Sometimes women think that he is, and they may just be a little paranoid because they've had some trauma in their past, maybe. So
Oh, that's a great point.
be certain of it, because sometimes he may just be looking at a woman, and she may get kind of concerned.
Hey, is there I know the answer to this, but some of the comments were maybe it's okay to let him have some fun.
Fun? Oh no,
That's what I.
no. I'm telling you, giving your body to somebody is a big deal. Letting someone use your body, and in marriage, people think of your fidelity. The foundation of fidelity is being faithful to a person, and that is really serious. It isn't just fun. Fun would mean going to a movie, but I don't think it's even right to go to a movie with a person of the opposite gender that your spouse doesn't know anything about. And
No, terrible.
no, it doesn't.
Totally disrespectful.
It undermines the relationship, and anything that undermines your relationship doesn't work. So as a woman, it's up to each individual woman to decide what her tolerance level is, how much she's being trampled on, if he's constantly criticizing her. I mean, I knew a woman whose husband was so critical of her all the time. There was nothing she could do that was right, as she kept trying and trying. And then years later, she found out he was cheating on her prolifically the whole time. And I think that
Wow.
he felt guilty when he was around her, so he tried to bring her down to his level, but she had no idea. So when she finally found out, then she understood why he was so mean to her. And fortunately, she set some boundaries, and they are no longer together. But I mean, he was regularly cheating on her with other men.
Oh
So,
no.
I mean, it was heartbreaking.
What are
And
some suggestions? How would you suggest a woman leave her husband if it gets to that?
okay, it totally depends. Does she have, first thing I would ask, do you have a support system? Do you have friends, family that you could go to that could help you?
Yeah.
Do you have a church, a pastor, a minister, something that you could go to and talk to? And here in the United States, we have shelters, we have things like that. There's other countries that I don't know what they have, what support systems that they have.
Right.
If you have children, it's complicated. If you don't, it's easier. So,
Okay.
but when you have small children, I mean, it depends on what it is. And if he is abusive, or you don't necessarily have to leave immediately if he's not abusive.
Right. That's
You
true.
kind of get your ducks lined up in a row if you don't feel like you're an immediate threat.
Well,
But
thank you so much.
yeah, just remember, part of fascinating womanhood is having self-dignity.
Yeah.
Don't let a man wipe his boots on you.
Mm.
You're worth
Thank
so
you.
much more than that.
Yes, thank you. That is so true. And we will come back and answer more questions. Everybody, thank you for watching. Like, share, and comment below. Bye-bye, Dixie.
Bye-bye.